Okay, so the other day I was taking a peruse on YouTube. I decided to look at some Sandor to see if any cool Sandor designs have come out in recent times, and I was very disappointed to find out that there was almost nothing new being done with Sandors in almost a decade. The only video I was able to find was this here. Other than that, only other there was only a handful of interesting Sandor designs I could find, with this one here being the most popular one I could find, which was done like 10 years ago. So I took an old Sandor design that I came up with quite a few years ago now, and have innovated on, and hope to encourage people to make the Sandor great again. And in this process, I think I might have actually broken a record. As you might see over there. You can skip towards the end if you want to see that immediately, but I'm going to talk a little bit about how this Sandor works first. And let's start with the small version, right? This is the very loud. It's very loud. Here, I'll show you what it looks like on the outside. So the way this works, here, it might be easier to understand if it's moving, is it actually pushes these off the edges here, and they get fed into these belts. It comes way up here, and it fills this up, and then once it gets to this observer, it falls back down. So this is on the time, basically. You could set it up to be pretty easily be to close or to open or close. Press on a button press. But let's go to a slightly bigger version, because one of the advantages of Sandors is their scalability. So you can tell over there, they have a lot better scalability than your traditional piston doors. It's very you get to start using flying machines pretty quickly once you get to larger piston doors. Here, if we use this one right here, this door will help visualize things a little bit easier. It kind of converts the direction it's going, and then it comes up. So you can move one row of the door each time the pistons push. When it gets pushed off the other way, converts the direction, and then it all falls down. And it's remarkably fast, actually, compared to many Sandor designs out there. Much, much faster than your traditional Sandor. And what you might be thinking, like, wow, this is a very bulky and very expensive. So I challenged myself to see if I could come up with a small Sandor. And cheaper at that. Much, much cheaper, actually. This is remarkably cheap for it. This is 10 by 10. That one over there is 12 by 12. You can see here. The way this works is the signal is fed through the sand, actually falling down, and so it feeds all the way up. And only the top one is actually able to push sand over. And these furnaces make sure that none of the pistons can push past where they're supposed to go. And then it gets fed up this. This is pretty darn slow, but it's a neat and a closing animation, I suppose. But this was more so to see how small and cheap I could make it, while still using like a elevator design. Let's see. Well, that's gonna take a minute here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this design now. As you can see, the random faces on the ground. I tried to see if they could maintain a pattern. They don't. But now this right here. This is what Sandors truly have to offer. As far as I can tell, you can actually scale this up to world height. I believe that's the only limitation there is for this design. And other than that, what your computer can handle, it's pretty laggy. It requires, a little bit of sand and a handful of pistons. I doubt you'd be making this in survival mode anytime soon. But here, we can go ahead and show it actually doing its thing. It is so cool to see just open up, though. It's like, look at this. Is that not awesome? It's beautiful. Here, we close this up now. Now this door does take a bit more time than the other door to actually close, but for its size, it's actually relatively quick. I think it's just over a minute. I haven't timed it properly, so I'm not sure the exact time. But you see, you have to add you have to add more drop-offs as you get bigger due to the piston limits. But you can keep doing that though. And as you see, they go up these elevators very high up. This is like over 150 blocks up from the bottom to the top. You can see here it's filling up the top here. Once it hits that observer, it'll completely go. It'll fall back down. There we go. It's filling up. Give it a second here. And there we go. It'll fall here in a second. I have to say, this is probably the fastest closing door. Like the actual process of it closing. It takes a while to actually get the sand up there. But once it actually closes, it's pretty quick, actually. To the best of my knowledge, this is the largest redstone door that doesn't use flying machines. And like I said, you can make it bigger. I've left room for other people here. Well, then also saving my poor computer, but so you guys need to get out there. If you're into redstone stuff, if you're Mumbo Jumbo or Il Mango or someone else who makes cool redstone contraptions, you need to make a new sand door. There's so much potential to be had with these things. And like I said, like this one I hear, that one has a longer timing delay on it because I had some timing issues. But like this door here is pretty fast. It only takes a few seconds to actually close properly. So yeah, there's my sand door. Go make cool sand doors. If you enjoyed this video, you might also be interested in my upcoming video about a game that I'm making. A devlog that's been a long time in the making. As in, I just haven't made it. And I also have a vlog, if anyone's interested in that. But it's a little cringe. You may not like it. Anyways, adios.